Good evening, traders. Today is December the 27th. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. Now it's back to the money. This week is going to be a bit slow for me. I'm going to get back into gear full force come Monday after the new year. I still have family in town and I've been quite busy lately. But I'm just going to go over, as usual, the stocks on our watch list that we watch every week that have volatile moves. And I'm going to start with Visa. You guys know I've been watching this one and I'm kicking myself in the head today because I didn't catch this move up to 71. And this is the strategy that I've been implementing. When you see a stock drop from 81.75 all the way down to 66.50, you must think what goes down must come up. Not completely, but you'll have to put the Fibonacci retracements, get your long-term levels on it, and then approach it from a bullish scenario. And the calls were very active during this whole move, and it was basically the bottom here. When you saw the buying come in right when we hit that 66.5 level, I knew that was real. And I should have been purchasing the 70 calls at 130, and they hit a high today, I think, of like 230. It might have been even 270. I'm not 100%. But that was a massive move. Anyways, I'll just show you a few other stocks that look like Visa. Kroger. You see this huge down move, and then the 2075 held firmly. We missed this one as well. So we'll look at Cisco now. And this is basically the strategy that I've been using a lot. We have to find quality stocks, and we have to watch the tape, not only on a long-term level, but intraday basis to see where there's buyers at. You can't always tell by just looking at a daily time frame. You should also watch it intraday, and you should know everything about the stock. You just don't buy it because it had a huge down move. But as you can see, Cisco, it was a buy around 1950, and then it's going up. And if you want to trade this tomorrow, I think you could earn some more money out of it for a potential move back up to 2050. It's a slow mover, but if you go in with enough size, you could really take some nice profits from it. All right, we're going to start out with ACAM. Looking at ACAM right here, we have 48.62 as a level, and it looks like we put in a short-term bottom here. Now, there still is a possibility for us to approach 46.72, but it looks like if we get over 48.62 tomorrow, I think we'll have some more buying and potentially move back up to 50. So short term, we're long on this. Now if we go below today's low, all of our bets are off. Next, we're looking at Apollo, and this thing still hasn't broke out. It's still on our radar. We're still going to catch the up move up to 41.44. But as of right now, I'm not buying it. If it does head down to 47 and we have this bullish little crossover between the 20 and the 50, that's when I'll look to buy this Apollo. Until then, I'm on the sideline. Now I'm looking at Ben Franklin Resources, symbol BEN, and this got added to the long list today. You see this uptrend right here, and as soon as we broke this, there was large selling, and then we had a bearish crossover when the 20 crossed below the 50 right here around the 20th. Ever since then, we've been going down. Now you see this huge move up. That was institutional volume, so I'm assuming that's a short-term bottom. I did think that we were going to head down to the 107, 106 area where the 200 EMA and SMA is at. So anyways, you can't always catch the right bottom. 108 looks like a firm level. There's a lot of demand there, and they bought it up. So what I want you guys to do is set your alert on an intraday basis for this Ben over today's high, which was 111. So set your alert, 111, you should look to buy Ben. And I was just looking at the options. They're not very liquid, but the 110 calls were very active. So if we could get down around this 110 round number tomorrow, maybe you could look for a long there. So basically what you need to do is just watch this on an intraday basis, watch the tape. if you like this stock and you want to get long, and just watch it, because these two lows that we put in really had some buyers around there. And I'm looking at my other intraday chart where I'll show you the yellow line's the opening line. And I know it's easier for you guys to see on this chart, but I have a lot of trend lines on the other one. But right off the open, you see they just gunned this thing up, and this 107.78 level really stuck firm. Next, we're looking at Gilead. Remember, we saw this move take place when we broke the trend line. I figured we'd have a few days down. Well, it looks like we met support around this 36.20 level, and they're having a little bounce on an intraday basis. We went down, we tested Thursday's low, and then we bounced right off of it. So I think we could get a move back up to 37 on Gilead, and it should be interesting there. All right, now we're looking at Rig Transocean, and we've had negative news on this thing, and we just continue to go down. We broke this downtrend on this one day. We went up back there on Thursday, but they couldn't get it over the 70 level, so we just continue down lower. And now we just got to start looking to these moving averages for short-term support levels to get a bounce off of. Right now we're in the downtrend, so I can't get bullish on this. Neutral to bearish on Rig. 67.5 is right around where the 50-day moving average is, and then we're going to look to about 65.5 for some more support around the 200 EMA. And Rig reports earnings February 16th. February 1st we have APC and BP reporting, and we have Big XOM reporting on January 27th. Also, we have Oxy on that day. So it's going to be really interesting to kick it off with the XOMs and the Oxys to see how the oil industry is doing with higher crude prices. So these stocks could need a little time to cool off, and especially because there's news related to the Rig down move. But eventually, if crude does continue to test this 95 to 100 a barrel level, we should look to buy these on pullbacks, but only the strong ones out of the sector. Western Digital, I'm not real compelled to do anything with this. We do have 32.50 as a support level, which we held above, and they got a bounce. I'm neutral on this. I don't feel that it's worth our money or value play to get long or short. So we're just going to stay on the sidelines for this one. Cree, that's another one. We're neutral right here. We have this declining trend line that we're still holding above. So we're neutral to bullish as long as we stay above the trend line, and majority we need to stay above the 200 SMA. But that's another one with no move. LVS, we are still trading in a range with this LVS between the 55 and this 43 level, and it's playing nice off the moving averages. When we approached the 50, we had a little island top, and that continued down. And then when we couldn't close above the 50 on Wednesday, that confirmed another down move. Next, we're looking at MHS, and it's went down like we called it, but we didn't purchase puts. And remember in the video that I called it when it was around 63.5 as a short, I said that the puts weren't very active on it, and that's still true. But we're at this low that we put in back in April of 61.39. So if we could get a bounce above that tomorrow, maybe you could get a short-term pop on MHS. But if we hold below it, we're going to have to start drawing in some more levels, and we could potentially get down to 60 fairly quick. Next, we're looking at RIM, and RIM's holding right above the 200 SMA and EMA. 58 is a very significant demand level for this stock, and it's been bouncing above it for the last week. So if we slip below that and then eventually glide below 57, 56.04 is our main level. Also notice that the low we put in back in May is right where the EMA is. So it's amazing how these moving averages are correlated with the stocks. Okay, RRC, that's one that we called as a long, And the reason we called this as a long was because we were holding above the EMA, the 200, which was very significant. And then we moved off it. So that day that we had this big bar and they couldn't drop it below the EMA, that's when we looked to start getting long around 42, and you've had a nice move. It's a little tired here, but the trend is still intact, and it's still strong. So right here we have to hold above 44.70 to maintain a higher high around this 46.10 level. X, probably one of the easiest shorts I've seen lately, and only because we just had this amazing move. I told you guys it was getting toppy in last week's video, the weekly stock video that I do, and we just went down and we hit a low today a little below 57 before they shot it back up. So right now we still remain bearish on X, and I'm going to be looking for a move back down to 55, 54 half level. I haven't put on my short yet. I wanted to consolidate a little more and then get a little more volume to the downside and before I do get short. And it looks like we're holding above the May high. That's acting as support right now. Now we're looking at Abercrombie. Abercrombie's still very strong, but now that Christmas is over, maybe it could lose some of its steam. There, you know, if you look back on the charts dating from years previously, you will see that a lot of the retail stocks get jump started about a month before retail season. Remember, buy the news, sell the rumor. So right now I think that we could get a move back to 55, and I might be looking to buy some puts on this, and my stop will be very tight right above the previous high we put in around 54.20. OCLR, still nothing going on with this. It looks like it's flagging, but it's not very clean, this flag pattern. We could go higher, but I'm not 100% on that. The move could vary either up or down. So if we get over the 200, we'll be looking for a long, and then we need to get past this previous high around 1270, or if we just continue down, I think 1150 will be tested. SanDisk still looking strong, trend still up. If the market continues to go up, if we hold 50-55 on SanDisk, you'll look for a higher move on that as well. And two stocks that I'm going to show you guys. Remember, in last video I showed you JTX. Well, look at the amazing move you got. And if you've been following me, you saw that we came down to that 200 EMA and they rocketed up. I didn't get any of it because we didn't retest the 150. That proved that the trend is strong, and I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 275 fairly quick. And the last one, or I'll do two more. SNSS, I'm long from 43 cents. You guys are aware of this if you've been watching my videos, and we're up 10 cents in it. It's not a lot. I only have 500 shares, but that's 50 bucks. And I didn't sit through any pain at all. I had a clear defined stop at 35 cents. And right now, we start locking in profits. 10 more cents, I'll take a $100 gain on it and be happy because I followed the trading plan. And the last one is ALXA. Now, I haven't done any research on this, but one of my followers actually pointed this one out to me. And the chart looks very clean. It has two flag patterns forming right here. One, and then you have this other one that's dating back now, so it could pull another one of these. In the next few days we could get an up candle that leads us up to this 150 gap retracement, and this is kind of like the Visa, the Kroger, and the Cisco amongst the other names. Remember, what goes up must come down, but the only difference is this is a biotech. It's not the same as a strong fundamental manufacturing company or a company that's been around for numerous years. These stocks are driven by news, and this drop was most likely because of an FDA approval. But anyways, keep that on your radar. I'll get you a video out tomorrow on the entire markets, try to get an ETF video out, and maybe commodity too if I have time. Good luck trading tomorrow, guys. And the market is still in an uptrend, so buy on dips.